How can we catch your interest? We could teach you verbs to use with interest. If you want people to be interested in something, you could do something to drum up interest. If something gets people interested on its own, it sparks interest. I've made some posters to drum up interest in my concert. The professor's charisma sparked my interest in the topic. If you pretend to be interested in something, you feign interest. If you're losing interest in something, your interest is flagging. I feigned interest in what he had to say until he found someone else to talk to. I had hoped it would be a good film, but my interest was flagging by the second hour. We hope this video has sparked your interest, but we'll stop before it starts flagging.
Is a lack of vocabulary standing in the way of your English proficiency? Let's fix that. We can think of a way in a literal sense, as a path in front of you. If something stands in your way, the path is physically blocked. Metaphorically, this means something obstructs you from achieving something. Can you stop standing in my way? I need to move past you. If you lose your way literally, it means you're physically lost. But when you find your way, you're on the right path. Metaphorically, this means you're confused about what to do, but then it becomes clear. Martha lost her way a bit after university, but once she became clear on her goals, she found her way to her dream job. Finally, if you go out of your way, it means you make a special effort to do something. Mum always goes out of her way to help me when I need her. We hope you go out of your way to improve your English with our videos.
Here's a question for you. What verbs can we use with question? We have questions. We can also fire questions at someone, and that means ask lots of questions quickly. I have a question for you. What did you do yesterday? She wasn't prepared for the interviewers to fire questions at her like that. Framing a question or phrasing a question means thinking about the words you use. You're framing these questions to make me look bad. To ask about personal problems, you need to phrase your questions carefully. We answer questions, but we also field questions if there are a lot of them and they're difficult, and we evade questions if we try to avoid them. He fielded the angry customers' questions about the faulty products. Don't change the subject. You're just trying to evade the question. You can frame or phrase your questions, fire them at someone, and hope they don't evade them.
We want to deliver you a report on verbs that go with the noun report. A company might commission a report. That means they pay for a report to be produced. Great news! A company in New York have commissioned a financial report. Our team need to produce the report by the end of next month. Then the report will be published, so it might appear online or in print. Hopefully, it won't be leaked in advance. That means the information in the report becomes known before it should be. Be careful. It's really important that no part of this report is leaked before publication date. Some people, like analysts, may outline the report to give you the most important information from it. Now, can you deliver us a report on verbs that go with reports?
Let's talk about money. Well, the verbs that we use with money. All of us are trying to earn money. It's important to bring in enough money for a family or a business. An organisation or a business raises money when they get enough money together to do something. I need a new job. This one just isn't bringing in enough money. I want to earn more. We might be able to raise some money from a bank loan. Different people do different things with money. Some people squander it. That means that they waste it. Others stash it away. They save it. It might be that they're setting it aside for something in particular. I had a lot of money, but I squandered it all. I'm setting aside half my wages to save for a new car. I've stashed away quite a lot now. What do you do to bring in money? Do you squander your money or stash it away?
Are you ready to face the fact that learning English is difficult? A fact is something we know to be true. To know if something is true, we have to check the facts, which means we analyse information that's presented and then decide if it's true. Before publishing the article, the author made sure to check the facts carefully. Once we have the facts, we then decide to accept or deny the facts, to acknowledge the truth or refuse to admit the truth. We have to accept the fact that we're all getting older. Even with clear evidence, people still deny the facts about climate change. Facing the facts is like accepting the facts, but it has an added sense of accepting a difficult reality. Facing facts can be difficult, but learning English isn't when you have us to help you.
I've got a job for you. See if you can learn verbs to use with job. You can go for a job if you want to do it. It means apply for a job. Hopefully you'll land the job. That means you get it. You should go for that job at the bank. You'll be great at it. I've just landed a new job. I only applied for it last month. Holding down a job means working hard to keep it. It can be hard to hold down a high-pressure job. You need to meet your targets to keep a sales job. You can resign from or pack in your job if you choose to leave. Your company might choose to axe or cut your job. I can't do this job anymore. I'm going to pack it in. I think my job might get axed, so I'm going to resign first. If you don't go for your dream job, you'll never land it. Make sure you can hold it down so you don't have to pack it in.
If your teachers tell you to work on your English, they might have a point. If you have a point, it means you have a valid idea or argument. If you make that point, it means you express it clearly. If someone understands your idea, they see your point or take your point. Agatha often makes good points in meetings. You said the colour of the walls is too dark, and I see your point. If you want to emphasise your idea strongly, you drive home or hammer home your point. Finally, if you're trying to make your point, but you get distracted with other topics, you are wandering off the point. Then, people might tell you to make your point more concisely, to get to the point. Phil, you're wandering off the point. Can you get to the point? I hope I got to the point quickly in this episode of English in a Minute.
Do you want to increase your vocabulary? Use these verbs with increase. A change can cause an increase in something else. We can also say it can bring about an increase or entail an increase. Higher sales have brought about an increase in profits. The growth of electric vehicles could entail an increase in electricity prices. If we see or experience an increase, it just means that it's happening and we know it. We are experiencing an increase in technical problems. Looking at the results, we can see an increase in students' grades. Data can show, reflect, or represent an increase. It just means that it tells us about the increase. This new share price represents an increase of 50%. Climate data reflects the increase in global temperatures. It shows a steady increase. Watching this video should bring about an increase in your vocabulary. Hopefully, you'll experience an increase in the number of words you can say.
What kind of area do you live in? An area can be a large geographic place or a smaller place, like a room. You can live in an area, but if you don't like it, you can move to a new area, which means you change the location of where you live. I live in an urban area, but when I'm older, I think I'll move to a rural area. If you move to a new area, that means you leave or move away from the current area. There was a horrible smell of burning in the kitchen, so I decided to leave the area. Covering an area means extending over a specific location. This can be about things like internet or searching for things over an area. The search and rescue team covered an area of 50 kilometers in just 2 days. So, you can cover an area, live in an area, move to an area, move away from or leave an area. Which area are you moving to next?